Welcome to the RECON Trader. In today's video, I will share with you an indicator that I created over on TradingView that utilizes the MACD and RSI to help identify possible trend-related scalping opportunities. So, with that being said, let's jump on over to TradingView. And as you can see, I have applied the RECON Trader MACD RSI Trend Scalper to the current chart that's pulled up on Ethereum USDT. It's a 15-minute candle chart over on Binance. And there are essentially 8 different signals that have triggered based on this indicator. And if you were to pull the trigger on all 8 of these signals, depending on your strategy, more than likely 6 of them could be winners and 2 of them would be losers. Now, with that in mind, I don't typically just pull the trigger based off of one signal from one indicator. For example, this buy signal over here from this particular indicator occurs on a red candle. Well, that's kind of contradicting itself. It's saying buy, yet the candle was red. So this signal for me would not be a valid signal, and I would not take that trade. So if you eliminate this trade, you now have 7 signals on this chart, and out of those 7, 6 could be possible winners. 1, more than likely, without a doubt actually, is going to be a loser, and that one loser is going to be this buy signal back here. Again, this indicator is looking for pretty much trend continuation, and so this buy signal pops up based on the idea that this trend is going to continue higher, and so you get the signal on this candle as the price does appear to be breaking out of this consolidation. The price moves up, and thus you get the buy signal. Unfortunately, the price ends up rolling over into a couple of other sell opportunities, like this sell opportunity. Depending on your strategy, you could have entered at the close of this candle and captured some profit on the continued move down, and then you get another sell signal confirming the trend is now heading down. And if you pulled the trigger on this signal, more than likely, I don't see how this could not have been a winner if you went short here. Now, even when the price is chopping sideways in this situation, there is a slight trend towards the top side. So you do get a couple buy signals that, more than likely, if you are scalping, basically looking for quick profits, you could have captured profit on both of these signals because the price did continue to move up from each one of these 2 signals. Now, if we look back and check our 6, you see a buy signal back here on this candle, and clearly the trend did move towards the top side. However, for me, scalping, more than likely I would have gotten out somewhere up here because I'm looking for quick profit. I would not have been the hero and rode this all the way to the top. One way you might use this indicator is on this buy signal, you may hold until you get your first sell signal, which would have been right over here. And obviously you would have captured more of this move up than maybe my scalp move into this push here. Same thing would apply if you're going short. Maybe you go short on this candle here and then exit on the first buy signal down here. You would have picked up a good portion of this move down into this area here. Now, that is not how I am using this indicator. I'm using it more for scalping purposes. And so if we jump over to this chart here, you can see I get a buy signal right here. Now, again, I don't trade based on one indicator. I look for supporting indicators to go along with this indicator. And in this case, the supporting indicator I use for this strategy is the RECON VWAP indicator. So if I add that to the chart, and so you can see in this situation where the VWAP is actually green, it's this green line running through the chart right here, that would indicate that the price action is bullish. And as you can see, the price does break above VWAP, and then on the next candle I get my signal the candle closes above VWAP, which is a requirement for this scalping strategy for me, and thus I would pull the trigger on this trade and have my stop loss probably back down below VWAP, somewhere around the bottom of these candles, which is around 1%. You can see that is support back here, and so if I have a 1% target down here, then I want at a minimum a 1-to-1 risk versus reward. So on the reward side, I want to capture 1%, and that's going to be on the very next candle on the wick. I would definitely hit my profit, and that would be a successful scalping trade for me. Now on the flip side, a sell signal pops up on the chart from the RECON MACD RSI trend scalper. And again, looking at our VWAP, which is the red line because the price has essentially gone bearish, the signal fires off on a candle close that is below VWAP. Thus, again, I would pull the trigger on this trade, and I would have my stop loss again above VWAP, more than likely above the candles back here where the price ran into resistance, which would be around 0.6%. Now, that 1% or 0.6% do not seem like very big numbers, but I use around 10x leverage, so 1% would be a 10% win, or 0.65% would be 6.5% win. With that being said, I do not recommend you FNGs use that high of leverage. That high of leverage works well for my risk tolerance, but in all likelihood, my risk tolerance is much higher or much different than your risk tolerance. So at the end of the day, you need to make your own decisions and be responsible for those decisions. So getting back to the trade, if my stop loss is up here around 0.65, then my take profit would be a 1-to-1 of around 0.65. And you can see when the price rolls over on this candle here, I would have hit my 0.65 profit. Now, when I'm feeling froggy or the trend is indicating further sell-off, I might go for a 1-to-2 risk versus reward ratio, which in this case would have been around 1.3%, or again with 10x leverage, 13%. And you can see once the price kind of chops sideways, rejects once again from VWAP, we get that 1.3% profit on this candle here as the price begins to dump. Now, what I just showed you on those last two trades are basically based on my strategies and the default settings for this RECON MACD RSI trend scalper. But the settings are adjustable, and if you click on settings over here, you can adjust the MACD settings and the RSI settings. For the MACD, you can adjust the fast length, the slow length, the signal smoothing, which moving average you actually want to use. You can choose between SMA or EMA. And then for the RSI, you can adjust the length, overbought and oversold levels. The settings you see on the screen are the default settings because obviously I created this indicator and I am using my default settings that work for my current strategy that I have applied to this chart. Now, if you want to receive an alert based off of this indicator, I have a couple of alerts I have configured basically to alert me when these signals pop up, and I can just click on the alert button, select the condition. In this case, the condition is going to be the indicator RECON MACD RSI trend scalper. And then I can receive the alert based on a bearish or bullish condition. Obviously, the sell signal would be bearish. And then as far as trigger, I typically receive my alerts once per bar close. Expiration, typically I just leave those as open-ended. And then alert name, I would just basically go like MACD RSI bear. And the message is sell, which again matches what is going to show up on my chart. Click create, and if I click over here on the alarm clock on the right hand side, you can see that alert has now been added to my alerts. And now I just need to add the bullish version of that alert. So again, drop down here to the condition of the alert, change that from bearish to bullish. Once per bar close, open-ended. Also under notifications, I typically have it play a sound. It's just an alarm clock sound that goes off once. Also, I do plan on automating this strategy using these alerts. At that point, I would need to use a webhook URL, but that will be a future video. So now might be a good time to shoot the subscribe button so you don't miss that future video. All right, so getting back here to the settings, alert name, this is going to be MACD, RSI, bull, and then the message is buy. Click create. And now I have both alerts over here under my alerts for this indicator. Now, if you want to add this indicator to your TradingView charts, currently this indicator is marked as private. That basically means that I have to share the link to this indicator with you in order for you to add it to your charts. And right now, I'm only making this indicator available to my Recon Trader YouTube channel members. And to become a channel member, you will need to click on the join button somewhere on your screen. And then once you join as a member, you will have access to exclusive videos, which do include the links to all of my private indicators. So I think that's enough jaw-jacking for this video. Now in the future, like I mentioned, I will be automating this strategy using the TradingView alerts. So you might want to shoot that subscribe button so you don't miss out on that future video. If you like this video, do me a favor, spike a like. If you have any questions or comments, drop them in the comment section down below. And until next time, remember, never send your money into battle without first doing your recon. See you in the next video.